there, my friends out there on the internet. This is Dave Wood, co-founder of the Empower Network, talking to you from my home in the mountains in Costa Rica. Wanted to just congratulate you first off for being here. Today is going to be actually day number 1 of our free boot camp that is essentially teaching you how to use our system to get the results that you want in your business. And when I say the results you want in your business, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know what your core business is, and maybe your core business is just working with us, and that's perfectly okay if it is. But most of the members actually here in the Empower Network do have some kind of a core back-end business, whether it's a top-tier type company where they're selling very expensive packages for high profit margins, or whether they're building more of a long-term residual-based income through a network marketing type model, or whether they sell coaching. Most people already have a business when they come here. And so I want to speak to you guys. I also want to speak to you guys who are just marketing this as your core company. All right? And I'm going to teach you how to build an empire with it. I'm going to teach you what I've done. I'm going to teach you what Dave Sharp has done. And I'm going to walk you through what our top leaders are doing. I'm going to introduce you to some of our top leaders. And each day of this boot camp, of this workshop, if you will, is going to have some assignments. It's going to have some things I'm going to recommend that you purchase. Okay, you say, Dave, are you going to recommend that I purchase every day? Well, for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 days, absolutely, because I have no compunction about telling you to buy certain things in your business that are going to help you get the results that you want. When I first got started, I was broke. I lived in a van. I was homeless. And my wife went to work so that I could buy the things that I needed. I borrowed money from my parents. I borrowed money from family. And you know what? I made money and I paid them all back because I've discovered that people that are serious about business, they're willing to invest in their future. They're willing to invest in their education. So I have no compunction. If you don't want to buy the stuff, then, take my advice or leave it. I'm just going to tell you the bare bones minimum of what I believe that you need to succeed in your business. Okay? So first thing that I'm going to assume that you've done is I'm going to assume that you've already purchased the Empower Network viral blogging system. Now, if you haven't, this is our core product line. I'm going to be speaking about each of our products and what value they have and where you need them in your business as we go through this series. And so you can go ahead and buy them all now. You can kind of buy them as we go through the series. I'm going to recommend some additional marketing tools and resources that you could pick up from whoever your referring affiliate is here. We believe in giving credit where credit is due, and so if I tell you to purchase something that you need, go ahead and go back to your referring affiliate and get those resources from them, and I'll teach you exactly what it is that you do need to get. And each day we're also planning on having a manual. Now, if there's not a manual right now, okay, it's because I'm making the videos and having the manuals written kind of simultaneously. So if the videos get done first, there won't be a manual for that day until maybe a week or 2 later. And if there's, day number 1 and it takes 5 days to get day number 2, well, don't worry about it so much because we're going to treat this as kind of a progression of events and we're going to take things step by step, okay? And so if one thing comes before the other and it's supposed to come later, don't even worry about it here because these concepts, they're going to universally apply. It doesn't matter what business you're in. It's what I've used in multiple businesses, in multiple industries, in multiple niches to do millions of dollars in product sales. It's how Dave and I did millions of dollars in sales. Our first 56 days in the Empower Network, we crossed the $2 million in commission payout threshold here, folks, and that is huge in this industry. This is going to be step-by-step, an exact breakdown, an exact walkthrough, exact strategy of how you can do the exact same thing in your business. I'm going to give you all the further, deeper educational resources and tools if you're really serious that you can buy in order to learn these concepts at a more advanced level. All right? So what am I going to teach you today? Well, what I'm going to teach you today is what's called the 8 core commitments of a serious marketer, okay? Now, over the next 5, 6, 7, 8 days, I have no idea how long this series is going to go. It's going to go until I'm through the concepts, okay? But over the next 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days, or however long it is, maybe it's an eternal boot camp, right? I'm going to actually break down for you strategically, step by simple step, strategy by simple strategy, these 8 core commitments. These are the foundation of everything that I do online. And some of you are going to hear these, you're going to say, oh, Dave, come on. I'm telling you something, though. These are the core of how to succeed. How do I know this? Well, I got online. I actually developed these 8 core concepts on my own, all right? I applied them to other things, and it worked. Here's some of the results that I've been able to produce. I've personally enrolled. Now, this is paid affiliates. See, not all affiliates are paid. Not all affiliates here in the Empower Network are paid. Some people choose to qualify things through other routes than paying. I encourage you to always buy what you sell because it's my personal belief system. But you don't have to if you don't choose, okay? But I have recruited these as paid affiliates into different network marketing companies, into different opportunities. This is not including just pure product sales that I've done, which is dramatically higher than this. Over 4,000 people. 4,000. Okay, some of these companies are $500 buy-ins, some of them $1,000 buy-ins, some of them are $50 a month, some $25 a month, like our core blogging system. Folks, I've recruited over 4,000 individuals the last 2.5 years using these strategies. I have done, check this out now, in my businesses, I've only been online 2.5 years, started out of a van, $4.5 million in product sales. Now, this is all between the different affiliate opportunities, different affiliate companies I've done, organizations I've built, things like this. It actually might be closer to 5.5. I'm not counting one of them because I don't know the actual stats. 4.5 million. I've generated over 200,000 leads, none of which I paid for out of my own pocket. Zero I paid for out of my own pocket. I've developed 4 websites that have been in the top 30,000 websites on the internet. 2 of those websites have been in the top 20,000. One of those websites has been in the top 700, which of course the website that you're on right now, the Empower Network. The Empower Network has shot in even the top 500 at times, and I believe that this site will eventually be in the top 50 websites on the internet. And I've done this all through these 8 core strategies, but here's the important thing. I live the lifestyle, and I actually live the dream. I don't do this to brag about anything. I show people this, the place I live, the view I have, this isn't a green screen, this is where I live. I show them this to show them what's possible. Because I believe that if we're talking about the dream, if we're talking about the lifestyle, that if we're making the money, we should actually live the dream. Right? Most people, when they start succeeding, you know what they do? They just go after more success and they ignore why they were doing the success. And then eventually they burn out, they're on their 3rd, 4th wife, you know, and they have no happiness in their life. Well, I believe in having happiness and having peace, in having balance in your family. So a lot of these 8 steps has to do with having balance and actually living your dream lifestyle. Our motto here at the Empower Network is build a business and have a life at the same time. So when I talk about these 8 steps, what I'm going to outline to you, I'm going to outline for the part-time person. Now, if you're full-time, what you want to do is you want to take these strategies, you want to take these concepts, you want to take this coaching into your business. And what you do is you want to apply them and just scale it out. So rather than doing it 2 or 3 hours a day, now I'm going to go off of a 3-hour per day model through this entire boot camp, and I'm including in that time for education. 1 hour for education daily and 2 hours for marketing is what I'm going to encourage you to do. Every day, how long? For the next year. Now, most people can't commit for a year, so what am I going to encourage you to do? I'm going to encourage you to commit to 3 hours a day for the next 90 days minimum, right, to give this a fair shot. Is that fair with you? Okay, so if we could take those strategies in common. Now, if you're full-time, what do? Well, you just multiply it out. Multiply it by 3. So do 8 to 10 hours a day every day for at least the next 90 days if you're full-time. Now, as a warning, if you're full-time, some people go full-time way too early, and they don't have the tenacity to make it work. If you want to be full-time in your business, you've got to be willing to do whatever it takes for the next 3 months to get this off the ground, or you're going to be very frustrated, you're going to have financial problems, and you're going to have to go get a job rescue mission to go get a job to get you paid peanuts to get your life back on track. I'm just warning you, I've seen people do it again and again. Lawrence Tam came in here, he did it part-time, he's still part-time, and he's making more than all of our full-time people, all right? And there's a reason for that. It's because the strategy works. All right, so we got the foundation. What are you going to do? You are going to do, I'm going to encourage you 3 hours per day for the next 90 days. Now you say, Dave, I'm not willing to do that. If you're not willing to do that, I'm going to tell you something. It's not very likely you're ever going to make serious money. If you just want part-time money, now it could be here at the Empower Network, it could be in other businesses, it could be in other opportunities, it could be part-time doing party plans at night, it could be selling affiliate products, it could be selling coaching. You want to do very part-time and make a relatively smaller amount of money. That's okay, you can do that. But if you're serious, if you want to take things to a whole new level, I'm going to recommend 3 hours per day, 5 days a week. You can take the weekends off if you choose, right, for at least the next 90 days. Can you commit to that with me? Now, I don't care if it's here. If you take these concepts I teach you here and you apply them anywhere, it might be difficult other places. You might make way less money other places. You might not have good sales conversions other places. You might have to build it from scratch in other places. But if you take these concepts, you apply them anywhere, you will be able to make money in any business you choose. Fair? All right. So let's go into this. Now, what are the 8 core commitments? The 8 core commitments are the foundational keys to building a business on the internet. What's core commitment number 1? You have to have a way to get paid directly. Now, what I'm going to encourage you to do is to get a merchant account. Now, this is not possible all over the world. So, number 1, merchant account. Some people are like, gosh, I have bad credit. I don't know if I can get one. Trust me, folks, you can get a merchant account if you just shop around, if you really try to show yourself to banks. Internationally, it's a little bit more difficult. They're not as interested in lower-tier merchants. So it might be more difficult if you live overseas to get a merchant account, you might have to use, something like PayPal, AlertPay, any one of the other payment methods that we have. We're actually working at our own solution here at the Empower Network. It might be built by the time you see this video, so it'll be in the manual. And if it's not built, it won't be in there, all right? So we're going to work on that. But you say, Dave, a merchant account, why a merchant account? Well, because you want to take your own fees from your customers, and you want to pay your own fees to the banks, and you want to be responsible for your own business. Why? Well, you want to be responsible for your business because you'll make more money if you are. Does that make sense to you? See, here's what happens. If I have to take your customers' payments, and then I have to cut you a check, there's a fee for me taking the payments. I have to hire customer service to cut a check and an accounting department, and I have to hire a tax department. And then I've got to actually mail you a check, so it takes a while to come. Then I have to charge you for, let's say a customer wants to refund or something like that, and so I have to deduct money out of the check that I pay you, and I have to take a profit for that because I have to hire another department for that. There has to be profit for me as a business owner if I'm taking your money. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is to use our proprietary payment method and get your own merchant account where you take payments from your customers directly. Why? It's the only way possible to earn 100% commissions. Trust me on this, and we have more in the manual. There's much more. If you've purchased the Viral Blogging System, we have 8 videos that walk through these 8 steps, and then I'm going to walk you through the advanced level strategies for free in the next few days. I'm going to tell you where to go for resources for super advanced strategies too. In that first video, in the 8 core steps, in your Fast Start training, when you purchase the $25 Viral Blogging System, I teach you how to get a merchant account. If you're in the United States, we have a relationship with this to help you to get it. But even if you don't get it through us, okay, we have multiple payment gateways installed into our system. We don't have everything, so ask customer service if you want to do something different before you go back there and get a merchant account that's not integrated with our system. But trust me, get your own merchant account. What does that allow you to do? It allows you to use our payment pages in our system without setting it up, just by putting a little code in there that you get with the merchant. It's totally easy to set up, right? And when you get paid, you actually get paid because your customers are actually depositing money into your merchant account. There's like a 2 to 3 day float time, and then it actually deposits into your bank account. That's core commitment number 1, is to take payments directly. Take payments directly, core commitment number 1. This is the core commitments. What are they again? Of leaders in the online marketing space. Not of grinders, not of people that are making $200 a month struggling all day and night. This is what the big guys do. They all get merchant accounts. So what do you got to do to get a merchant account? You got to be a responsible merchant. You got to be a responsible business owner. There ain't no hosing around when you got a merchant account. Why? Because you're actually responsible for your customers, right? So we want to teach you to be responsible here. Core commitment number 1, get paid through a merchant account. What's core commitment number 2? Blog daily. Blog daily. You say, Dave, blog daily? I don't want to blog daily. Folks, it's a 2 to 3 hour habit, actually 3 hours a day because it's including education for the next 90 days minimum. Then you can reduce it down to 2. We're going to show you how to compress time even further, or you could expand it. Maybe you want to go full time in 90 days. All right? You got to blog every day, 7 days a week. You say, Dave, I got religious, obligations on Sunday. Well, for heaven's sakes, if you're a religious person, you're spiritual, get on your blog. We'll give you a blog for the $25 Empower Network blogging system, right? We give you a full platform. I'm going to talk about the value of community blogging when we get into actually the next video. All right, but here's the reality, folks. Blog daily. Why do you want to blog daily, folks? Because this is all I've done to get all of my traffic ever. Okay? It's blog daily. It's all I've done. Right? Blogging creates traffic. I'm going to get to why in the next video. But for now, trust me, just do it every day. So you say, Dave, I'm religious. I got to take Sundays off. Well, cool. Blog about God on Sundays. Right? Isn't that a good thing? Right? I don't care what you blog about. Right? You say, Dave, I don't like God. Well, blog about how you're an atheist on Sundays. I don't care what you blog about. Right? We're going to teach you what to do through the videos. And trust me, you'll get better. Just do it daily. Rob Four, great friend of mine, great leader here at the Empower Network. He's been blogging every day for 14 years. It's why he's one of the top earners in every company he joins. One of the top earners here. All right, blog daily. All right, now, here's the tricky one. Right? Remember, the core commitments, this isn't for cheerleaders. This isn't for people out there making a little bit. This is for people who want to make lots of money in multiple businesses, in multiple opportunities, selling multiple lines of products, selling our line of products if they choose, or another line if you so choose. Whatever you want to do is fine with me. I'm encouraging you to market daily. Market daily. All right? Now, you say, Dave, what do you mean by that? That's vague. Well, it is vague because I'm going to advance this out as we go through this series. These are the core commitments, and part of being a core commitment is being flexible, right? Because we want to teach you how to build any business you choose through any marketing modality you choose, and we don't want you to be fixed in anything. We don't want you to feel like there's only one way. Yes, you got to blog daily. It's just a core thing. Everybody who makes a lot of money on the internet, they blog every day. You got to, and I'm going to teach you why you got to in the next video. All right? But here's the reality. You got to market daily. What does that mean? Here's what it means to me, and define it how you choose. It means smart business people take a minimum of 20% of their gross revenue before they spend it on other stuff. And what do? They reinvest it back into paid traffic. Now I'm going to teach you how to do that. I'm also teach you some great resources we have to help you learn how to do that specifically here at the Empower Network. This is a science, it's a skill. But here's the key. They do this even if they don't know what to do with the money. Even if they don't know what to do. You say, Dave, isn't that wasting money? No, it ain't, folks, because the way you get good at marketing is by screwing up. So you say, well, okay, gotcha. What do I spend money on? Well, let me give you some ideas of what you'd spend that money on. Now, this isn't paying 20% to me. This isn't paying 20% to the Empower Network. This is investing 20% of your income back into your own business, even if it's not here, if it's somewhere else, before you spend it, because there's nothing that will increase your traffic, your leads, your abilities, right, and the income you're making faster than doing this. This is probably the most important business building activity that you can do. And if you don't do it, you will go broke over the long haul. There's a lot of reasons for this. Can't have time to get into it now. I'm going to break down this formula for you as we go through these videos. All right? You got to market daily. All right, now we teach you how to do this. Best places we teach you how to do this that we have available actually in our trainings are specifically the $15,000 per month formula, which is a 6-webinar series of extremely advanced paid strategies that we have in certain webinars in that series, and also the Costa Rica Mastermind Intensive product. Okay, so those two products are actually going to have high-level additional strategies, all right, and you don't actually even have to buy the blogging system to buy those two products, although we encourage you to buy everything here if you're serious about your future, you're serious about your business. We'll show you exactly why it's a good idea to have all of our core products here and the different education that's in each of them, but those two specific products have incredible resources for paid traffic. But here's the reality. If you reinvest 20% back into your business, you can literally just double your income, right? And I'm going to show you how in this video. Now, is that a promise of income? No promises of income are made here ever, because the only money you're going to make are on your own hard work, your own effort, your own skills, right? And you got to work hard, you got to learn, you got to have the desire, you got to be willing to do it, right? And then you can learn. All right, so gross revenue, reinvest back into paid traffic means you make $1,000, reinvest $200. Now, do we force you to do this? Do we track it? Do we keep an eye on you? Do we make you feel guilty if you don't? Folks, come on here. This is your business. Do it or not do it. If you want to spend that on ice cream cones, spend it on whatever you want. All right? Number 4, right? Now, I always get these out of order here. New member coaching. All right? Now, this is something that I'm going to encourage you to do. Now, do you have to do it? No, you don't have to do it. And as your business expands, you might not be able to do it with everybody, right? And the reason is because I'm going to actually encourage you, when you get a new member in the Empower Network, a paid member, that you actually talk to them and welcome them to the team and make sure they get through the right resources and just connect with them. Now, you don't even have to. We teach you exactly what to say. We teach you how to do this in the new member coaching in the affiliate back office, all right? But if you're selling to a customer, or you recruit an affiliate who buys the product, or you recruit a customer who buys the product, and you want to upgrade them to an affiliate, any mix of that, we want to encourage you to just connect. Now you say, Dave, what do I say? Here's what I'm going to teach you. It don't matter what you say. What matters is that you say something. Say something, right? That you call, you connect with them. Here's why. If you do nothing more than just connect simply with these guys on the phone, nothing more than that. And you don't have to do it for everyone. We're not going to none of these are going to be your arm twisting. Now, I'm going to encourage you to do this, folks, even if you're not selling here at the Empower Network. If you're selling something else, do a new member coaching with everyone. Why? Because your biggest money will come from those who trust you. Your biggest trust is going to come from those who talk to you. It doesn't even matter if you tell them something or if you give them resources. And I'm going to encourage you to not even answer technical questions. What I'm going to encourage you to do actually on your new member coaching is, rather than answering questions, I'm going to encourage you to refer your members to trainings, to videos, to articles, to third-party resources that teach them how to do stuff, right? So if a member calls and they say, how do I do paid advertising? What will I say? Say, Mark, great question. Welcome to the team. Glad you're here. Why do you want to learn paid advertising? And he's going to say, well, I don't got a lot of time. I'm going to say, well, We got some great resources for that. If you don't have a lot of time, I'm going to encourage you to get the $15,000 per month formula. It's a $250 product. I encourage you to go in your back office and purchase that, and you can actually do that by clicking on that tab. In fact, are you in front of the computer right now? Well, yeah. Well, let me actually walk you through buying that product right now. Why am I going to encourage you to do that? Because if you get on the phone with people, they ask you questions, and rather than answering the questions, you refer them to the right resources, right? Then guess what happens? Number one, you're free of having to answer the questions. Number two, you earn more money. Number three, they trust you more. Number four, they'll buy more. Number five, they'll stay around more, which means what? More residual income here and in whatever other business you're building or whatever business you're building, right? We want to teach you it all here. That make sense to you so far? All right. Number five, and again, I always get these out of order, so I'm going to check this. Empower Hour, right? Empower Hour. Now, you say, Dave, come on here. You're just self-promoting yourself. Well, here's what this is. This is a Monday call we do at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, if you're serious about your business, be here every Monday. You say, what do you talk about? We're going to pump you up, honestly. You say, are you going to get into the advanced marketing strategies? No, not really. We're going to get into some advanced psychological strategies. You can't really teach direct marketing so much in audios, right, as you can in videos. You can paint out marketing in videos. It's very difficult in an audio to paint out marketing. But what we're going to do is we're going to teach you the psychological principles that outline and underline your marketing, and we're going to do it for free, regardless of whether you're in Empower Network or in something else. And so I encourage you to go, even if you're not in. Now, here's the thing. You got to get into this early because every week we have more than double the total number of attendants we can actually have on the call. We have more than double call in. So if you're not there 5 minutes early, you're not going to be able to attend. We do put the replays up. You can listen to them for free. We put them up on the blog. We're even going to have a blog section in the future that's dedicated to only this. So on this blog that you're on right now watching this video, all right, you can actually listen to the Empower Network Empower Hour calls, and I encourage you to download them and listen to them each week at least 2 to 3 times. Why? Here's why. We have only people who are good at training on these calls, only people that are getting results, and they're teaching you how. And sometimes what you think you should be learning ain't what you should be learning. Why? Because, folks, I'm just going to tell you something here, right? A lot of people who are new are also ignorant, right? And it's okay to be ignorant because being ignorant doesn't mean stupid, doesn't mean lame, right? It means you don't know yet. Does that make sense to you? All right, so Empower Hour, I'm going to check the next one. Next one, number 6. Now, this is a biggie, right? And you're going to say, Dave, oh, come on when you hear this, but just trust me. Trust me on this. Listen to audio daily. Audio daily. You say, daily audio? Why? Well, because here's why. You need a way to be trained when you're not doing anything that's productive. So there's a lot of downtime we have through the day, whether it's driving to work, whether it's exercising. Exercising is downtime. Why? Exercising doesn't take any concentration unless you're playing like tennis or ping pong or something, or basketball or something like this. If you're doing what normal people do for exercise, lift weights, if you're running, if you're walking through the mountains, it takes no mental concentration whatsoever to maintain. So while you're doing that, why not educate your brain on marketing strategies, on science, right, on psychological principles that are going to help you sell better, recruit more, that are going to help you to expand a business faster, expand your marketing faster, plus it gives you stuff to blog about. Where did I get most of my blogging concepts from? Because for the last 8 years, I've been listening to audio every day. It's one of the reasons why I sell a little bit abnormally. When you say abnormal, I mean I get abnormal selling results. More people buy stuff from me with my crazy hair and my weird videos than most people who dress in suits and fly around doing seminars and stuff. In fact, almost everybody I've ever met, more people buy my stuff than virtually anything. Dave Sharp, too. Why? Because Dave Sharp sits there listening to audios. And where I'm going to encourage you to get these audios from? Monday calls, and here's a key, Inner Circle interviews. Inner Circle, right? Now, this is a key here to your business, is this Inner Circle membership. You say, Dave, what's the Inner Circle membership? It's a $100 per month product. And let me tell you something. If you are not on that, you don't have the most up-to-date marketing strategies, mindset skills, and communication skills that exist in the industry. Because I'm telling you something. We have people who are in the Inner Circle membership who are some of the best trainers I've ever heard in my life. Right? Like Aaron Rashkin just did an audio for us recently. All right? And his wife, Sophia. Now, they're paid marketers that came into the Empower Network. They're in a top-tier business. They're like the top income earners in their company, all right? And in this audio, they laid out the core strategies and how they work together as a couple and as a family. And some of you guys have families, right? And they've done millions of dollars in sales. In $40,000 and $30,000. You want to know how to sell $30,000 something online to somebody that you've never met face-to-face? Talk to Aaron Rashkin, right? he teaches you how in this audio. Lawrence Tam, who came in the Empower Network, and in his first 56 days, he made over $70,000. He teaches you how in an Inner Circle audio. So we update the Inner Circle 2 to 3 times per week to give you new audios 2 to 3 times per week, give you a chance to listen to them 2 or 3 times each as you're driving around your car, as you're exercising, whatever you're doing in your downtime, to learn to control your emotions, to learn how to control your psychology, to learn how to influence other human beings and how to inspire other people. That's what the Inner Circle is really all about. It's about learning to communicate as a leader, right? And some people, they hear it and they say, Dave, that stuff's all hype. Folks, let me teach you something about human beings, and you might not like this. It might make you leave the blog. It might make you fold your arms and kick over a can of beans. But I'm telling you something, folks. Human beings are 85% hype, right? And if you do not know how to hype people up, in this industry, in sales, in influence, in business leadership, folks, nobody's going to follow you if you can't hype people up. So if people say, Dave, I don't need that hype stuff, if that's the kind of person you are, you need double the hype stuff because you need to get over your ego about hype stuff. So this is in the Inner Circle membership, that psychology, that core psychology. Now, why else do you want to listen to those audios? Because every audio gives you something you can take notes on that you can refer your new members to when they ask you questions. So isn't it better, as an example, to earn $100 a month from answering a question than it is to answer the question? Well, yeah. Right, these audios over time is going to come a vast library of audios because we're expanding these daily. Every 2 to 3 days, we're putting a new one back there. Now, what you can do with your new members, they say, you know, I'm part-time. I don't have a huge list. How do I build this? And here's what I would say. I'd say, well, Lawrence Tam did an audio in the Inner Circle. Are you an Inner Circle member? If they said no, then I said, if you're serious about marketing, you need to be an Inner Circle member, right? And they say, okay, because it's only $100 a month. It's not much money, right? I'll say, Lawrence Tam did an audio that we just put back there. One of the most impactful things I've ever heard. He works less than I do, right? He's making, I'm not even going to say, right, because we got to have income disclaimers everywhere to be legal here, right? But the reality is he makes an incredible amount of money, over $1,000 a day, part-time. So if you're part-time, you need to be an Inner Circle member, right? Now, how much more powerful than that, as a psychology, as an attitude, as what you say, how much more powerful is that than saying, well, let me explain to you, let me take 2 hours on the phone, because if you take 2 hours on the phone and explain it to your new member, then you have to stop marketing, you have to stop producing, you have to stop getting traffic, you have to stop getting customers, which means you stop making money, and then you didn't even make the $100 a month from getting them to upgrade, right? So just tell them to buy it, and then move on to the next question. And your conversations will go quicker, you'll make more money, right? So you need to listen to those audios in order to have the resources to refer to your team. All right, what's the next one? I'm going to encourage you to read every single day. Now, there's a couple things I'm encouraging you to read. You say, Dave, what should I read every day? Now, this is what I do, and it's a little different than what a lot of the top educators do, because I'm not selling books, so I want to be honest with you, right? I think books are valuable, some of the best resources in the world, because they're people who actually make their living studying a subject. So I think that you should buy a book and maybe read, I don't know, 5 or 10 pages a day or something. This is education, inspiration, maybe a novel, just to keep your brain fresh. But you know what I really think you should read? Forums, right? Blogs, emails, and sales letters. You say, what? I'm going to teach you how to be a marketer here. To be a marketer, what do you need? You need to get traffic, right? You need to be good at selling. Anything more? No, that's it. Okay. And so what is there to get in traffic and selling? Well, you've got to be able to write knowledgeably about our field to get a lot of traffic. Okay? So number one, you got to be able to write knowledgeably. What's the best way to do that? Best way to do that is by reading forums, right? By reading blogs. Stay here and stay plugged into the Empower Network blog. Stay listening to audio so you have stuff to write about, so you're constantly getting the edge on your education. All right? Get involved in the resources here in the community here and do stuff every day. All right? And you'll become an expert over the next 6 months to a year. I would encourage that over books and stuff. And then add books on there and you'll be an expert in everything. It'll be amazing, right? But leaders are readers. People who are leaders read stuff. It's just the way that it is. I read probably this morning, I actually woke up, I read some stuff on hypnosis, believe it or not, for about 2 hours. You say, hypnosis? What's that have to do with selling? You ever had that good feeling where you just feel like you have this desire to buy? That's because you're in a buying trance. So if you understand things like this, and you'll understand it the more you're around, it's easier to repeat sales. Does that make sense? Right? So read daily. What's the last thing? You want to attend events, right? Now, I'm going to encourage you to attend every Empower Network event that ever comes your way. Now, we don't have tons of events. We don't overburden you. We don't have monthly events in different cities around the world that you have to fly around to, and it's this atrocious cost or anything like that. We have events a few times a year. We also have some higher ticket events here at the Empower Network that we're going to hold in the near future. And I encourage you to go to every event and make a commitment that from this day forward you never miss one unless it's absolutely impossible for you to not go. Why do I encourage you to go to the events? Because here's what I've learned. I started marketing on the internet, and about a month and a half in, I had a rare opportunity. I had an opportunity to be in a DVD that got sold to about 20,000 people, okay? And I had made some money, and they said, can you come down to LA and be in this DVD? I said, down. I got on a plane, I flew down to LA, I went and I was in this DVD. Gave me exposure that I couldn't pay for, right? Now at events, you're going to meet leaders, you're going to meet speakers, you're going to meet people who make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and you're going to meet frustrated broke people, and you get to look into their faces and see the differences with every kind of personality. But here's the thing. You get to learn more at an event, like in a 2 or 3 event day weekend. You know what you get to do? You will literally learn more in that short period of time at an event than you will over a period of weeks and months in any other learning modality. But here's the more valuable thing. I actually did an event out here in Costa Rica with some people, some core people. We were bouncing ideas. Actually, Lawrence Tam was in on that inner circle, who's one of our top income earners. Ola and Shola was in part of that inner circle. They're one of our top income earners. Chris Rushlow was in on that inner circle. Of course, he has some education in the 15K per month formula that teaches you a lot about SEO and traffic strategy we're going to get into. And all these people came around. We were bouncing around ideas. Dave Sharp and I decided to form a partnership here, and we decided to bring all these other people in an inner circle family here, include them in all of our trainings. And, you know, Lawrence Tam, he just wants to market part-time, and so it wasn't appropriate for him to come into like a full-fledged partnership like that. But he came in, and he made more than Dave Sharp did. First month of the company is our top affiliate, right? But that inner circle, guess what gave birth to? Just meeting those individuals, having those conversations, having a chance to connect face-to-face, bounce ideas off of each other, started a company that did $2 million in sales in its first 56 days, right? There's more value in the mastermind in going to events than there is in anything. So I'm going to encourage you to go to every single event we ever do. Every event. Never miss an event. Ever, right? And that's what I've done, and it's worked. Okay, so these are the 8 core steps. So you say, okay, Dave, this is a formula, so what am I going to learn over the next few days on how to apply the formula? Can you do this for the next 90 days? You can do all this in 2 to 3 hours a day. Obviously, the audio takes no time because you're driving around in your car, right? So that's additional education, maybe watching these videos, maybe getting on a conference call, maybe listen to an extra audio, maybe studying a little bit in a forum for a little extra time, because in the beginning, you need a little more education to get to the top than you do to stay at the top. Does that make sense? All right, so you go through this, you go through these 8 things, you say, all right, so what are the core things that I'm going to do every day? Number 1, blog. So what I'm going to teach you actually over the next couple of days is I'm going to teach you the core concepts of how I've gotten hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of visitors to my sites, and how I've gotten actually millions of visitors now to the Empower Network through blogging. I'm going to teach you for free, all right? There's going to be a manual for free that you can download in the next day. All right? I'm going to teach you that. We're going to go over some SEO concepts, some social sharing concepts. I'm actually going to teach you some concepts on how to reinvest the money back into your business. I'm going to teach you a formula that works to get you to $15,000 per month in your business. Now, this is a part of the $15,000 per month formula, and if you're serious, I'm going to refer you to some courses. I'm going to teach you the tools you need, the strategies you need, what you don't need, what you do need to succeed in your business. But it's up to you to apply these strategies in your business. So are you ready? If you're ready to take a 90-day challenge, here's what I want you to do every day for the next 90 days. Now, this is the core steps. Now, what do we do for the activities? Let me go over the activities here really quick. Number 1 thing that you're going to do is get started. If you haven't bought the Empower Network Viral Blogging System, join now. All right? Buy it now. It's $25 a month. You get an authority blog. I'm going to explain that actually in the next couple of videos, that you're going to get way more traffic to than you can on a personal site, automatically set up for you. You don't have to configure anything. So if you're worried about, oh, I can't blog, I have to configure stuff, not here. Okay? I'm going to go over some SEO strategies. I'm going to go over concepts. We're going to have a manual that's going to go along with each of these videos with some additional strategies, and I'm going to give you some additional resources on where you can find more strategies to accelerate this faster. So what are we going to do every day? Number 1, buy the system. You haven't bought it already. All right? You're going to blog daily. These are going to be your business building activities for the next 90 days. Number 2 thing you're going to do is you're going to socially syndicate that content. Social syndication. We're going to teach you about that. You say, Dave, these are big flash words. I don't want to learn this stuff. I'm going to teach you how to do this in less than 10, 15 minutes a day. Number 3 thing that you're going to do is you are going to do some SEO on that post. You say, Dave, I don't want to do SEO. I'm going to teach you the 15 to 20 minute per day SEO formula. All right, you don't need to be an SEO guru here because we have a community blog. We get way more traffic. We can actually give you exposure and traffic overflow here. We're going to teach you how to take advantage of that. Number 4 thing that you're going to do is you're going to reinvest back into solo ads. All right, you say, what are solo ads? It's where you actually advertise in other people's eZine newsletters. All right, we actually have a lot of resources for this. You want to know how to do this? Go buy the $15,000 per month formula, $250 product. You say, how do I buy it? Well, if you're a member here, you just log into the members area. There's a little tab that says 15K formula. Click on that tab. You can pay for it, one-time payment of $250, and it is a lot of training. And you want to watch webinar number 4 in the $15,000 per month formula, and it'll teach you the foundational principles of solo ads and also some advanced PPC strategies. What's the next thing you're going to do? You're going to reinvest back into a little PPC. All right, you say, Dave, I don't want to learn PPC. Remember, you can screw up. What else are you going to do? You're going to reinvest back into some other direct media. All right, I'm going to talk about different types of media you can do. I'm going to talk about different advertising you can do. All right, and what's the next thing you're going to do? You're going to every day for the next 90 days, learn to be educated. You're going to educate yourself a little bit, which feeds back into the process. Education. What's the education process? The education process is the 8 core steps. This is an education process. Why? Because if you do this and only this, and this is all you ever do, right, they feed each other. The marketing refeeds itself back into the funnel process. Remember, you want to bring a lot of traffic in, narrow it down as you go along, and then at the bottom, we're going to teach you how to recruit these people to whatever business you want, how to coach these people, how to upsell these people, how to make a lot of money on the back end. We're going to have some additional resources from people in the team. So get ready, read these manuals every day. Follow along with the manuals. Every day, be watching your email like a hawk. Every day, come back to this blog. And here's the most important thing. Act now. Don't wait till we're done with this to start blogging. Don't wait till you've gone through the SEO part to start blogging. Don't wait till you know everything to take action. You want to take action now. Why? Because that's what leaders do. I was talking to my good friend Jonathan Budd. Now, Jonathan Budd is another marketer, a little bit of a side niche. He's actually gone more into the personal development niche. I've stayed a little bit more in the money-making niche. All right, great friend. And you know what? Jonathan Budd's a great leader, too. And I was talking to Jay Budd, and I said, Jay Budd, you know what I've observed about you, about Mike Dillard, about Jay Kubasek, about people like Aaron Rashkin, about all these great leaders, the SEO networkers, people who are top leaders in different network marketing companies, the boys over at MLSP who own that company, all the people who own massive organizations, big lists, who really succeed. You know what I've observed about every single one of them? What I've observed about every leader here, right? Every leader in the Empower Network, Toby and Layla Black, Lawrence Tam, right? David Sharp, Aaron and Sophia Rashkin, is that they take action before they know what they're doing. They just act. They learn something, they just take action. And they screw up bad. Oh, my God. I've seen Dave Sharp do some harebrained things, right? Because I know him really well because we work together. My buddy Chris, what happened with Chris Rushlow, my buddy? He saw me make a bunch of money through SEO, and he literally formed an SEO company, not knowing what he was doing, started selling SEO services to local businesses, he was literally getting contracts and going and selling $1,000 a month contracts to local businesses right after he started learning SEO. Because people who are entrepreneurs, they act decisively before they know what's going on. That's what I encourage you to do, right? And then in the process, we're going to help you refine that into a well-oiled machine. And we're going to show you how to do it, but you're going to need about an hour a day of education. You're going to need to commit daily for 90 days. You'll be willing to reinvest that money and to keep track of your money like a real business owner, how to treat your customers right through the merchant process, right? And I will show you the process of making a lot of money in your business if you're willing to take massive action. Are you ready? Meet me on day 2. Blog today. Purchase that system. How much is it? $25. Get it now. There's a link below this video. If you haven't gotten it, get it. Download the manual. Go over these 8 steps. Commit to them. Follow that checklist daily. I'll see you in the